Hi, yeah, my name is Matt Bethancourt. I'm the director of the Technology, Arts, and Media Program, or TAM, and I'm going to give you a short kind of introduction about TAM and about the Atlas Institute. Thank you again for coming today. So the first thing to be aware of is that TAM is located in the Atlas Institute, a interdisciplinary institute for radical creativity and invention. And so we're going to talk about this a little bit more later on in the presentation, but that's one of the real big strong things about TAM is it's almost more than just a program. By being in Atlas, we have access to amazing lab spaces and research spaces and faculty that are in that space. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. TAM began in 1998, over 2 decades ago, as a certificate to provide an interdisciplinary perspective for creative technology and design to the campus. And it has since then moved from as just a certificate to a minor and then also the major that we're going to talk about. So as the program has developed and become more and more kind of what it is meant to be and more robust, there are 4 kind of foundational tenets that we're really interested in that we think about when we're developing everything. And the first is that technology drives the world, and those who can adeptly design, develop, and deploy that technology will shape its future. So we believe that the future is going to be differentiated by from those who use technology to those who actually design and develop that technology. Anybody can use Instagram, but at TAM we hope to educate the future of students who will then develop the next Instagram or whatever that's going to look like. Secondly, we believe that design is everywhere and that good design is not. We talk about how anything that you do is a designed experience. So whether that's designing a logo, designing a website, I always give the example of if you design a meal for someone, if you cook and create a meal, you're curating and designing that meal. That's an experience for that person. And we try to teach the design fundamentals behind that bridge all of those different types of things that you create for people and how you can create the best experience, the best end product, and the best technology for those people in the future. Thirdly, we believe that people need to be able to teach themselves new technologies. We do teach technical skills. We teach all of the skills that you will need to be successful, but we believe more importantly than that, we teach the underlying principles behind those technologies. Software programs come and go, and we want you to understand why you're making certain decisions within that software or within that programming technology and be able to apply that in the future to new technologies that arise or new technologies that you might even create. We're constantly in flux. We're constantly changing our curriculum, which is a big challenge, but we believe that we're staying at the forefront of all technology by being able to do that and by helping our students to do that. And then lastly, people are increasingly switching jobs, roles, and career paths. This kind of comes out of that last idea. To prepare our students for the future, we think it is very important to teach them to create what we call kind of T-shaped people, right? That have a broad skill set, but that might be really deep in one area. And with that, they're able to move around and really understand the entire process of a design or a product or a program. And that within that, they can best be suited to really get into dialogue with other members of the team, be able to kind of jump in really easily as they switch careers and really succeed in whatever it is that they're trying to do. So with all of this, the way that we think about our students is as hybrids, engineers plus designers plus artists or plus musicians or plus dancers, like we just saw with Emily. We really, really believe in this interdisciplinary nature where you're bringing a passion into the program. That's something that you just love, that you want to figure out how that can work in with this creative technology and design. So again, the example I always give is baking. If you can figure out a way to bring baking into your capstone project, I'm super excited to figure out how we can make that happen and make that be your project. We believe our students are hardworking and self-motivated. Again, we don't spoon feed things. We expect people to be able to get really passionate and teach themselves a skill that they might need to know, right? We're giving the underlying programming skills or technical skills, but there's so much out there. And we know that our students, when they're passionate, are going to find the thing that they really love and just chase that. And then lastly, we think that they're unorthodox. They look outside the box for new ideas, inventions, and solutions. Joel Swanson, who's a professor at Atlas, always says that he mentions the TAM students as being those who, when they got the Legos, immediately threw away the instructions and started making something else rather than what they were supposed to make. So with all of this, with the kind of 4 ideas that we have and the understanding of who we think our students are, we developed the curriculum with these 3 pillars in mind. And I refer to this as the TAM triangle. And it's this idea of each of these is very important in all of our classes and comes across in all of our classes. And that's the technical skills. So that's programming, software, all of these different programs and things that you need to make successful applications. It's also this critical thinking theory and history. So understanding what came before, understanding why other people have made decisions about products that they've made or about technologies that are out there, understanding the social science and the behavioral science behind how we use technology and having a good grasp on that. And then both of those funneling into this creative design and production, where you're not actually just studying and you're not actually just building skills, but you're using these to make end products and to make something that's truly impactful and that you're passionate about. Most of our classes are hands-on project-based classes where you will be using these skills and critical theory and history to make something in that class. Yeah, and you can see that, we'll talk about it in a second, but in our programs, just as a brief overview, we have the TAM major, which is the Bachelor of Science that's housed within the College of Engineering and Applied Science. And we also have a minor of Technology, Arts, and Media that's open to everyone from across the university, all colleges. And this we think is really important. We really care about our minor students. We believe that they add something new to every class. So this is where we get a lot of these kind of really passionate artists or really focused, historians or English majors or things like that. And we also have a master's and a PhD grad program in technology, media, and society. So there's just a lot that's going on in the building from PhD students and master's students and the undergrads. So again, with those 3 pillars that we have in the program, we start building out the curriculum thinking about that. So the foundational classes that everyone takes, our minors and our majors, are these 3 foundation classes: Design Foundations, Computational Foundations, and MIT, or the Meaning of Information Technology. And they kind of mirror that triangle that we looked at. So Computational Foundations is your technical skills, Meaning of Information Technology is your critical thinking, and Design Foundations is that creative production and design, where you're learning not just the techniques to go into design of brainstorming and prototyping and user testing, but also the foundational elements about design, so color and text and content and experience and things like that. From there, we move into our 6 core classes. Each of these is, as I mentioned, that idea of creating T-shaped designers and developers. Each of these is an area that we think is important in the future, right? So image making, web technologies, text or traditional design elements, form or 3D printing, 3D modeling, sound design, and then object, which is our physical computing. Not all of our students are passionate about all these things or love all these things, but we think an introductory core of all these things is really important for our students to be able to discuss and know the language as they move into the future. And then from there, a student can take a deep dive into an area of their choosing. And this is where you can do this within your focus electives and within your critical perspectives and technologies electives. Focus electives are going to be more of that hands-on design technical skills, and your CPTs or critical perspectives and technology are going to be more of those critical thinking electives. With the skills that our students have got from that deep dive, they then move into the capstone sequence, starting with research methods and professional practice as your first section, where you study what's been going on in a certain area of your choosing, and then when you finally pitch a project and move into capstone 2 to build that project. The minor kind of mirrors this, in which the students start with that foundational level of design foundations, computational foundations, and MIT. They then move on to a brief version of the core, which is just the image, web, and text, where they can then choose an area that they're really interested in for that CPT focus elective. So they can do another one of the core classes like object, sound, or form. They could do any of the focus electives or a critical perspective and technology elective. With those electives, we have a lot to offer. Everything from traditional design to game design to computer animation, virtual reality, mobile app development, web front-end development, game development, wearable technologies. We're kind of all over the place. Again, lots of different interesting things happening in the building, lots of interesting faculty that are teaching these classes that you get to learn from. We also allow for classes outside the college. So again, if people are interested in dance or photography or things like that, there's places for the students to go to learn those things as well. And then those critical perspectives in technology classes, history of design, neurohacking, feminism, digital feminisms, media ethics, all sorts of different things that students can get excited about. Class I'm teaching right now this semester is called Games as Culture, where all the students are reading just tons of text about how games fit into culture and thinking about the way, different lenses in which we can think about games, which is pretty fun. I was actually reading right before this started this book, which is Games as Activism. It's kind of exciting. This is how our numbers kind of break down for the program. We have, this is as of this last fall, 2019, 791 enrolled, 266 majors, and 525 minors. We also have a certificate that is going away this summer, so I didn't include those numbers here. We're really proud of our numbers. We have over 50% female. We really care about inclusiveness, and I think our numbers really reflect that we are excited about meeting students where they are, figuring out how to make the best education for them, and really curating an education so that they get the most out of the program. We often are asked where TAM graduates go, and the kind of high-level answer is this. TAM students develop a strong technical foundation. You are engineering students. You get all the same core educational skills as anybody else in the College of Engineering. We also teach practical, adaptable skills in design and technology to help for a broad range of careers. Most often that is the creative technology fields, so creative design, digital advertising, the game industry, animation, etc. And we also like to say that we're preparing students for careers that we don't even know exist yet. It might be new technologies that they're going to develop, or new ideas that they're going to have that shape the future of how creative technology looks in the next decade. But we always have to go from that to say, no, students do jobs. We often refer to this as the parent slide. So these are all the many of the places in which our students have been placed. Everything from design firms like Crisp and Porter to IBM, so all over the place. And because of the, again, broad skill set and deep understanding of the creative design process that our students have, they've been successful wherever they land in all of these. As I mentioned earlier, Atlas is more, or TAM is more than just the undergraduate education. TAM is also part of the Atlas community, which involves state-of-the-art labs, maker spaces, hackathons and festivals, and student groups and research opportunities that are available to students through labs. And I think it's important to highlight all of those things. So our student spaces offer state-of-the-art computers, technology, and tools for students to use. We have an amazing checkout system that's free to all students that has cameras, keyboards, Wacom tablets, VR headsets, anything that you might want to develop a project that you're interested in. We also have a lot of student-run or student labs and spaces. So one that I'd like to highlight is the BT Lab, which is a makerspace that is open to not only our students, but also the campus as a whole and the city as a whole. So community members from the city can come and be part of the BT Lab and participate in that space. It stands for Blow Things Up Lab. It's a very active makerspace community. They have laser cutters and 3D printers and soldering irons and all sorts of tools for you to make interesting things. It's a really passionate community. They really do a lot for each other. Right now, they're working in the Make for COVID. What do you call it? Program, it's not program, but to make 3D printing, to 3D print masks as an effort, so to 3D print masks for the COVID effort, which is pretty exciting. Like all of these 3D printers went from the lab and shipped off to people's homes so that they could be still creating things as they're at home right now. We also have festivals like the What Festival for Games and Experimental Interactions that I run every October, and the T9 Hacks, which is a hackathon for women and non-binary makers. As I mentioned, there's also amazing faculty labs and research opportunities that are happening in the building. Everything from interactive robotics to emergent nanomaterials to interesting ways in which we're thinking about new interfaces for building things with technology, human-robot interaction and drone interaction, and all sorts of spaces. Again, these are opened up for the undergrads as you're around campus to work with these really amazing researchers that are doing super impressive things in their fields. And we think this is like just an amazing opportunity that our students get. So that's all that I have. Again, my name is Matt Bethancourt. I'm the director of the Technology, Arts, and Media program. Eileen Pierce is my associate director, and Marisa Reynolds, who is on the call right now with us, is our main advisor and is really just the informational powerhouse for any questions that you have, curricular or otherwise. I really recommend reaching out to her, any of us, but she definitely knows all the things about for incoming students more than anybody. I know we have the question and answer period coming up with both her and Jordan and Lily, and I look forward to hearing your questions.